What's up, Coach Ty here. Today I'm going to talk about yoga. I actually not that I don't believe in yoga, but I don't believe in it as a way of movement in life and things like that. I'm like, I know it's real, like it's fine. But one reason is, and there's a reason why I need to talk about this, because so many people call me a yoga instructor or think I'm teaching yoga because I have a background in theater and I talk about breath and I talk about connecting to the ground and I do exercises that help foster these sensations and help us witness our sensations as we move, which sounds very yoga-esque, right? But yoga isn't the only platform, the only thing in the world that focuses on these things, but people associate it with yoga. So I created Spinally Free Yoga. But you don't believe in yoga, Ty, I know. But because the world thinks what I'm doing is yoga, then I just put yoga in it so people can understand a little bit about what it is I'm doing. So Spinally Free Yoga is just a part of what I do. It's just a signature class that I have. Maybe one day I'll just change it to Spinally Free. But right now it really gives people a sense of what they're going to get into. So why don't I like yoga? Well, because I used to like yoga when I was like 22 or something. I really got into it. But then, and I was going to become an instructor and everything, and I learned more about it, did some research, and I learned that there's such a big part of yoga and what we do in the States especially. It's like skimming the surface of what yoga is and what it means on a spiritual level as a practice. And it is like almost a form of prayer too. There's like spiritual books involved, and only one part is movement, one part is breath, and there's so many other parts that I don't know about. There's like more than a few books, right? And so there's just so much deeper than I expected it to be. I didn't go all the way in, and I don't want to, and I just want to respect it as like a spiritual practice because it's not like a religion. It's not part of a religion that I am familiar with. Just like prayer is not just for Christians. Like people associate prayer with just Christianity, you know. But yoga is associated with a certain religion, and like I don't feel comfortable using the tactics from there to move my body. Like I think there's other ways to do it, you know. And the things that I do, like I said, I am into grounding, I am into rooting yourself, and that's stuff you learn in theater. And I just like, I can bring this into my fitness practice too, and then the way I teach and the way I coach, and now people think it's yoga. So I'm like, all right, fine. So that's why, and I just don't like the commodity it's become. And I did more research, and it's actually started in Egypt, right? So I was like, I'm going to go to Egypt and learn about it. But then I still realized, like, it's still a form of prayer to another religion, like Egyptians and ancient Egyptian gods and all that. And it's like a prayer to these gods or to these deities or spirits. And it's just not something I want to, like, open up myself to, because I'm really sensitive when it comes to channeling things, spiritual level especially, and that's just not something I'm interested in. So you will see some Spinally Free Yoga videos on here, and it's because it's been a way that I can communicate what I do to people in a way that starts where they are, like what their knowledge is. So that's why my first Spinally Free Yoga video will be about being grounded and rooted and what that means. A lot of it is stuff I learned in the theater and in dance and in the fitness realm a little bit, but it's not yoga. Like even when I worked at Orangetheory, I would always talk about breathing. I would always talk about relaxing the jaw and things like that. And people will call me the Yoga Orangetheory coach. I'm like, just because I'm talking about breathing and relaxing your jaw, that makes it yoga? But that's what people associate it with. So I just got to meet people where they are and do that. So that's my take on yoga.